It was one of those rare evenings when everyone actually showed up, friends, co-workers, even a few familiar faces we hadn't seen in years. The restaurant was elegant, softly lit, candles flickering across the tables, with gentle jazz filling the background. I had spent hours preparing, curling my hair just so, choosing the perfect shade of lipstick, slipping into a dress that hugged me in all the right places. I felt radiant, confident, ready to enjoy the attention that always seemed effortless in settings like this. The night began beautifully. Stories flowed, laughter bounced across the room, and wine glasses chimed with every toast. Someone teased about secrets, another laughed about youthful escapades, and soon the conversation turned toward relationships and past romances. Maybe it was the champagne or the thrill of being admired, but when someone playfully asked about my number, I smirked and replied, "Let's just say it's impressive." Laughter erupted. Glasses lifted in mock toasts, a few eyebrows raised in exaggerated shock, and jokes flew back and forth. I joined in, savoring the moment, until I noticed Daniel. My husband sat quietly across from me, hands folded, posture calm, but there was something in his stillness that cut through the chatter. He didn't smile. He didn't frown. He just watched me, composed, steady, unreadable. The laughter around us began to fade as people unconsciously waited for his reaction. Maybe they expected a joke, an embarrassed glance, something to ease the tension. But Daniel offered nothing of the sort. His eyes met mine, unwavering, and suddenly the air felt heavier. My heart raced. There was no anger in his face, only quiet authority, the kind that speaks volumes without a single raised voice. Then, deliberately calm, he said, "Is that how you see yourself, or how you want them to see you?" The words hung between us like a silent storm. His tone was gentle, almost tender, yet carried a weight that stilled the entire table. Forks hovered midair, conversation stalled mid-laugh, and even the waiter paused, unsure whether to continue pouring wine. Heat rose to my cheeks. My earlier confidence melted into something fragile, delicate. I tried to laugh it off, brushing it off as harmless fun, but Daniel didn't look away. His eyes stayed on me, patient but unwavering. He leaned forward slightly, his voice calm, grounding. "The choices we make," he said, "don't just make good stories. They define who we are, the respect we show ourselves, and the people who love us." No one spoke. No one moved. The tension was uncomfortable, fragile, yet deeply human. I wanted to disappear. My clever, witty mask had cracked, revealing something I hadn't expected to face. The truth. Then Daniel reached across the table and took my hand. His touch was gentle, reassuring. "I love you," he said softly, thumb brushing my knuckles. "But I hope you love yourself enough to think before you make yourself smaller for a laugh." The sincerity in his voice unlocked something inside me. It wasn't anger, it wasn't shame, it was clarity. He wasn't shaming me in front of everyone. He was reminding me of my worth, of the boundaries I had neglected in my need for attention. The others shifted awkwardly, murmuring small talk to fill the silence. The waiter returned to his duties, pretending nothing had happened. But the mood had irrevocably changed. The easy laughter from earlier was gone, replaced by quiet reflection. I sat holding his hand, unable to meet anyone's eyes. The candlelight flickered softly between us, forgiving, gentle. I realized in how carelessly I had treated something sacred, not just our marriage, but my own dignity. I had aimed to appear confident, carefree, but all I had revealed was insecurity, masquerading as humor. The rest of the evening passed quietly. People ate, talked, and smiled, yet something inside all of us had shifted. When we finally rose to leave, Daniel placed a hand on my back, gentle, protective. I didn't speak. I didn't need to. The lesson had already settled deep within me. As we walked to the car that night, I thought about how a single calm response could hold more power than anger ever could. Daniel hadn't shouted. He hadn't scolded or humiliated me. Yet with just a few quiet words, he reminded me who I was and who I wanted to be. By the end of the evening, I understood something I never had before. Real respect isn't demanded, and love isn't proven through jokes or bravado. Sometimes it is shown through silence, through presence, through the kind of truth that humbles you while helping you grow. Under the soft glow of the restaurant lights, surrounded by fine china and fading laughter, I realized Daniel hadn't just silenced the room. He had shown me what true grace looks like.